Abwebeka wane funtumam ko bebrebe ekosui African leaders ejimifuo bia African leaders bi o ma jimi on pese o mo che no.
The plane touched down and the doors opened. It wasn't him. Two diplomats stepped out. Calm, silent, smiling. President Traoré couldn't attend. One of them said, he sends his regards. The Nigerian officers looked confused. The French agents, monitoring from a nearby hotel, went into panic mode because just as the world expected Ibrahim Traoré to walk into a trap, he walked into a studio. They thought they would find me landing quietly in Abuja, he said, but I do not answer to traps. I do not answer to puppets. I answer to the people. Then came the line that would echo across Africa. You cannot arrest a lion by calling him to dinner.
I have a say he's a master of the game. You see, oh shit. Traoré was studying all the people who were killed. Now who strategy on the young. Yeah, for me to say Kwame Nkrumah. I will invite him to call Hanoi. What do one and me a cool sinet? Or to say Lulumba, or no so two by now on me again. It's a idea, a planting a war. So he comes when you least expect it. I want you so come who Kufuado. Who Kufuado, no so offer to Mosame Famba. Me papa when it mo yet say it to police idea. And then it to one papa Famba. Tina to the was a Kufuado, yeah, mem body to a man because I Kufuado Quenu Consa, America for say, try wait for be Wagner separatists, Russian mercenaries, no more ban, no sell. Kufuado Nipa Bonisano, or yes, I'm talking about a man who feels the pain of other people, not other leaders in Africa. There be aborted V8s. One on V8, you must say, Konabina, one shall draw someone away, and you're happy. I'm ruling a nation.
Hello, keep watching Xposed GH, the best channel on all of YouTube. Yes.
Hello, I Xposed GH, baby. I will be a min check say na ma. Me did the Bruce. Patron subscribe, ma me the 2 man na won sa. I can be fe. Ibrahim Traore, I the be am sent to Abwebeka wane funtumam, ko bebrebe ekosui African leaders ejimifuo bia African leaders bi o ma jimi on pese o mo che no. One example here, Nigeria President Tim Gutu was a daily tika krakasa no wakokora wonwe wo ho akokora pengels no pese o che Traore but Traore catches on boa. O invite you Traore or Nigeria. No say only French for LA ambush. Allegedly,
the plane touched down and the doors opened. It wasn't him. Two diplomats stepped out, calm, silent, smiling. President Traoré couldn't attend, one of them said. He sends his regards. The Nigerian officers looked confused. The French agents, monitoring from a nearby hotel, went into panic mode. Because just as the world expected Ibrahim Traoré to walk into a trap, he walked into a studio. Back in Ouagadougou, on live national television, Traoré appeared in military uniform, straight-backed, steady-eyed, and addressed the nation. They thought they would find me landing quietly in Abuja, he said, but I do not answer to traps. I do not answer to puppets. I answer to the people. Then came the line that would echo across Africa. You cannot arrest a lion by calling him to dinner. The studio went quiet, but online, the internet exploded. The broadcast shook the region. President Ibrahim Traoré, seated behind a simple wooden desk, in uniform but without ceremony, looked straight into the camera. Not angry, not loud, just clear, focused, unshaken. And then, he began to speak. Last week, I received a personal invitation from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He said it was for peace. He said it was for Africa, but it was not peace they wanted. They asked me to land alone, no security, no press, only trust. He leaned forward. But when I trust my people, not the hands that once sold Africa in silence. The room behind him was still. He continued. Inside Nigeria, certain elements, with foreign backing, prepared to arrest me in secret. They called it ECOWAS protocol, but we know what it really was. A French operation, planned, funded, approved. Then he held up a folder, thick, stamped with intelligence markings. Here are the recordings. The messages, the transfer logs, the security memos sent from Paris to Abuja 2 days before the call was made. The voice of a foreign power, trying once again to decide which Africans are allowed to lead. The screen behind him lit up. Audio clips played. Whispered voices. Confirmed locations. Even a time-stamped directive. Ensure Ibrahim Traoré does not leave Nigeria without approval. And in bold, the code word, stabilization protocol. But this time, the world didn't believe the spin, because Traoré had shown the receipts. That same hour, in Abuja, panic swept through official circles. The French embassy refused to comment. ECOWAS released a vague statement about miscommunication. But online, there was no hiding. They tried to trap Traoré. Africa, eyes awake. No two puppet leaders. The streets of Ouagadougou filled with people again, not in protest, but in pride. Young men waved flags. Women sang in local languages. Old men said, "We've never seen a leader like this." And across Africa, the message was clear. This was not just an attempted trap. It was an attempted message. And that message had failed. Because Ibrahim Traoré didn't just dodge an ambush. He turned it into a mirror and forced the world to look at its reflection. The video had barely been online for 3 hours, and the reaction was already unstoppable. Across Burkina Faso, people gathered in streets, town squares, schoolyards, not to demand answers, but to say thank you. Not many presidents escape a trap and then come back with evidence.
I have a chum say he's a master of the game. You see, Traoré was studying all the people who were killed. Now when who start to do the young, for be to say Kwame Nkrumah, I'm invited to call Hanoi. Or do one no me a kusineti. Obi to say your friend say Lolumba, or no so two quite now no me again. It's a idea, a planting a woho. Traoré, it means that he has studied all these things. Who say this is how it works. It's on the end there. We invited maybe I just set up a number. Ghana time Ghana invited for your inauguration, His Excellency John Mahama. Okay, so it's normal making provision for him. Yeah, share that plane be attached down. I say Burkina Faso and then why I no see ye and no buy. So he comes when you least expect it. And when you so come Kufuado. Who are Kufuado, no so for to Mosame Famba, Mao Papa, when it more yet dean say to body say dear, and the 2 papa away from her. Tina Tony said home was a Kufuado, a mem a body to a Gramanukuno, because Sabi, a Kufuado, who concern America for say, try to offer wait for being Wagner separatists, Russian mercenaries, no more ban, no more sell, a Kufuado Nipa Bonisano, or yes, to one your bow croma, we are. I know been at Tibuku was a 1 year Nigeria president, you know. Papa from Penny say young to baby. Papa, we are African leaders, we are our own enemies. Jimmy and Jimmy Timida. Wow, power to Nigeria president, power to. Now what you now connive with the French people. Say, oh, ba, na sabi kuno. So to our daddy. Obia all changing the dynamics of Africa. No wonder. People like this Nigerian president, they have nothing to offer their country. I'm telling you. And I'm being charitable to him because of a penny. Because Oceania man kwasia, oba kwasia, den kwa no ye, want me nya hwe okro mu. Afa de wo konnive, say sika in dem how. Don't we think about tomorrow what will happen? But as usual, nyame yi na film. Na me ma be show the human side of Ibrahim Traoré. On baby, no who ni teacher na wate sia pansam. E ho no rua bank no say papa we no chair me ade tim pese me set ya fund yenkotie mra.
Then suddenly, with the resolve of someone who had made up his mind, he told the driver to pull over at the nearest bank. When they entered, the atmosphere changed immediately. Employees froze. Customers stopped mid-transaction. The bank manager, a sharply dressed man named Sustin, rushed to the front in visible shock. "Mr. President, welcome. This is an unexpected honor." Traoré didn't smile. He pointed to Adam. "This is Professor Adama. He taught me. He taught many of us. And today, he has been sleeping under trees." The bank manager stood frozen, unsure of how to respond. "We're going to fix that," Traoré continued. "I want you to open a national account today for all retired teachers. It will start with him. I want a system that guarantees no one who served this country in education ever suffers like this again." The manager stammered for a moment, uncertain of the logistics, but when he met Traoré's eyes, burning with the kind of fire that silences bureaucracy, he simply nodded. "Yes, Mr. President, it will be done." Professor Adama, now seated quietly beside the desk, looked overwhelmed. "Mr. President, I don't deserve this," he whispered. "You deserve so much more," Traoré said, placing a firm hand on the teacher's shoulder. "You gave everything you had to this country. You made me who I am. And now, we give something back." Within minutes, news of what was happening spread like wildfire. Employees discreetly snapped photos. Videos circulated online. Social media erupted. But this was no PR stunt. It wasn't performative. What the country had witnessed was not political theater. It was leadership born from memory and pain. That same night, Traoré held a press conference. Standing next to Professor Adama, now cleaned, fed, and dressed with dignity, he announced the Appreciation of Unsung Heroes program, a government initiative that would provide additional financial support, healthcare, and recognition for retired teachers, nurses, farmers, and other civil servants who had been overlooked for far too long. "This is not a gift," Traoré told the nation. "It's a long overdue correction of a national sin."
When you chess a nipa no dwi nipa ho, when you chess a nipa we o nipa papa, when you chess o de o mind share obi papa say sa o dwi nipa ho se bi onwe ne ho, o dwi afoforo ho. Odu ho no say papa we o won kaye, o say papa we e no tete me, o kire me brofo, o no kire me de, hwese ne onam enye fe. 87 or yet fund be for retired teachers. Sabi omunyi a omso kakra be koma no. Owie ese ekire no sanche na de kra and they are undisclosed. But you see, I'm talking about a man who feels the pain of other people, not other leaders in Africa. There be I'll be riding V8s. When I'm V8, you must say konabi nam, one shall draw, someone say way, and you're happy. I'm ruling a nation. In so to I never found for and you are in a V8. What do you mean? You know what I'm what we are near you, not Jimmy Sahara, what a ma, Jimmy Sahara, they call. You see, a man who cares about his people, he's living an exemplary life. Or chess a massa, I am example to what you can do. It's one people be on home, but he's struggling so that the people will go up higher. This is the man I expect him to be a president of Africa. I am vouching for him. I am a voucher. I Xposed GHFM members. Subscribe, share, and the 2 man outside of Emmanuel C.
Keep watching Xposed GH, the best channel on all of YouTube. Yes.